Joshua, Part 2. Chapter 7. There's sin in the camp. Israel was explicitly warned not to take anything from Jericho. Joshua 6:18. Achan disobeyed and took the spoil. Of the spoil, which means he stole some stuff. Israel was defeated at Ai. Joshua 7:5. Achan finally confessed and was stoned. Then Ai was easily conquered in Joshua 8. The deceit of the Gibeonites. Israel had strict orders to make no covenants with the Canaanites, but to destroy them all. The men of Gibeon deceived Israel into thinking they were from a distant land. Israel made a binding covenant with them, but later found they had been deceived by them. Their mistake was that they asked not the counsel of Jehovah in Joshua 9:14. In other words, they made a decision without asking God. Bad idea. The sun stood still in Joshua 10. 5 Canaanite kings made a league to fight against Israel. God rained down hailstones upon the Canaanites. Joshua 10:11. The Lord hearkened to Joshua's voice, and the sun did not go down for a whole day. Joshua 10:12. God fulfilled all his promises to Israel in Joshua 21:43-45 and 23:14. Premillennialists teach that Jesus will return to earth and set up a physical kingdom and rule from David's throne in Jerusalem for 1,000 years. They argue that God has not yet fulfilled his promise to Abraham to give him and his seed the land of Canaan. Therefore, the Jews must return and repossess all of Canaan once again. The above passage plainly teaches that God did fulfill his promise in giving Abraham's seed to the land. Why were the Canaanites exterminated? Unbelievers often argue that God's command to destroy all the inhabitants of Canaan shows that he is cruel and merciless. God is a just God, therefore evil must be punished. The killing of the Canaanites by Israel was God's judgment upon them. The Canaanites were very, very wicked. God waited 400 years before he carried out his judgment. Genesis 15:13-16. Homosexuality, incest, bestiality, and human sacrifices were all practiced by the Canaanites. And that can be found in Leviticus 18. Joshua's farewell address and Israel's response in Joshua 24. Joshua challenged Israel to serve the true God. Man is a free moral agent with the power of choice. Joshua spoke for himself and his household, his family. Israel agreed to serve God throughout that generation. Joshua warned of the dangers of forsaking God. Israel continued to serve God throughout that generation. Joshua led Israel to the promised land. Canaan is a type of heaven. Joshua is a type of Jesus. Let us not fail to enter into God's promised rest. Joshua's challenge still rings today. Choose you this day who you will serve.